Good morning. Today's topic of my lecture is adverse drug reaction. This is competency PH 1.6 according to the CBME syllabus. I am Dr. Vaishali, Assistant Professor in the Department of Pharmacology in Santosh Medical College. The objectives for today's lecture are define, classify and describe the different types of adverse drug reactions. So definition: a response to a drug which is noxious and unintended, that means which is not comfortable to carry out day-to-day activities, and unintended means the physician do not intend this reaction to happen in the patient's body, and which occurs at doses normally used in man for prophylaxis, diagnosis or therapy of disease or for the modifications of physiological function. This is the definition of adverse drug reaction given by WHO. As it suggests, it includes the dose in which the drug is prescribed by the physicians. So adverse drug reactions are the reactions which are confirmed by physician as caused by the drug. And there is one more terminology called adverse event. When we are not sure if the reaction is caused by drug or not, then we'll call it as adverse event. Like adverse drug reactions are the events attributed to drug, and adverse event are the events which are not exactly attributed to the drug, but it can be caused because of other causes like diseases, genetics, other drugs which are given along with the suspected drug, because of the compliance or adherence to the treatment, because of environmental factors, diet and other factors. There is one terminology called serious adverse drug event, SAE, which we should understand how to differentiate from the severe adverse drug reactions. So severe adverse drug reactions means it denotes the intensity of an event, as in mild, moderate or severe myocardial infarction. Severe adverse drug reaction may be of relatively minor medical significance, such as severe headache, but the serious adverse drug event is based on patient or event outcome or action criteria, usually associated with events that pose a threat to the patient's life or functioning, and it serves as a guide for defining regulatory reporting obligations. So as an Indian medical doctor, as an IMG, MBBS student should understand if there is SAE, and that should be reported immediately. So based on severity or intensity, adverse drug reactions are classified as mild, moderate and severe. Mild, as the name suggests, it means minor, and mild adverse drug reactions does not require any therapy, or patient may not notice them, and patient may carry his day-to-day life activity with the adverse drug reaction itself. Moderate adverse drug reactions require change in the drug therapy, as in if patient suffers from nausea or vomiting, then we need to give antiemetic drug in moderate adverse drug reaction. Severe are the major adverse drug reactions. They are capable of damaging any organ, or they can be life threatening. They may lead to hospitalization, disability or significant or permanent damage. It can also include congenital anomaly in the fetus if the drug is taken by a pregnant female. and it require intervention to prevent permanent impairment or damage. For example, renal damage or hepatic damage. So, serious adverse drug reactions may result in death and it can be life threatening. It require patient hospitalization or result in prolongation of existing hospitalization. It results in persistent or significant disability or incapacity. It also can result in a congenital anomaly or birth defect, and it is a medically important event or reaction. Now we will come to other part of classification. Adverse drug reactions can also be classified as expected and unexpected adverse drug reaction. As we know, at a defined dose, if we prescribe drugs, then there are some expected adverse drug reactions without which we cannot take the drug. Expected adverse drug reactions are those which occur because of the pharmaceutically prescribed, pharmacologically prescribed drugs. Unexpected adverse drug reactions have nature like specificity and severity of adverse drug event which is not consistent with the information given in investigator's brochure or IB. So unexpected adverse drug events, for example, interstitial nephritis, which is not reported, but the listed adverse drug reaction in IB is acute renal failure. Adverse drug reactions can also be categorized into different categories: type A, B, C, D, E, F. For example, type A is also called as augmented, B bizarre, C for chronic or continuous, D for delayed, E for end of dose, and F for failure. Now we will see these categories one by one. Type A or augmented adverse drug reaction are the commonest adverse drug reactions. They occur in up to 70% cases of adverse drug reactions. They are dose dependent and severity increases with dose. They are preventable in most part by slow introduction of low dosages, and they are predictable by the pharmacological mechanisms. For example, beta blockers are the antihypertensive drug, so they are going to produce decrease in blood pressure. So hypotension will be the adverse drug reaction which is predictable and which can be minimized by giving the starting dose from the least possible dose. So similarly, hypoglycemia can be caused by antihyperglycemic drugs or oral hypoglycemic drugs, and NSAIDs can lead to gastric ulcers. Type B adverse drug reaction, which is B for bizarre. These are similar to unpredictable adverse drug reactions. They are rare, idiosyncratic, that means they are caused by the doctor, or the cause is not known. They are genetically determined, unpredictable, and mechanisms are unknown, serious, and they can be fatal. And the adverse drug reaction is not related to the dose. For example, hepatitis caused by halothane or aplastic anemia caused by chloramphenicol. Third category is type C, also called as continuous or chronic adverse drug reaction. This category of ADR occurs as a result of continuous drug use or prolonged drug use. It may be reversal and it may be unexpected or unpredictable also. For example, tardive dyskinesias caused by antipsychotics or dementia caused by anticholinergics. Type D category of adverse drug reaction is also called as delayed ADR. Delayed ADR occur even after cessation of the treatment. So, the adverse drug reaction is delayed. For example, corneal opacities after thioridazine or ophthalmopathy after chloroquine, anti-malarial drug. Type E or the end of dose category of adverse drug reaction. They occur after we end the drug abruptly. So, as the name suggests, if a patient is taking some drug for more than 1 week and suddenly, abruptly, he stops taking that drug, that means body which is used to that drug for over a period of week will get withdrawal reactions. Yes, so type E category of adverse drug reactions are nothing but withdrawal reactions. They occur typically with depressant drugs. So, the drugs which are taken for longer duration, they modify the physiological system of the body and they disturb the homeostasis of the body and body gets used to them. So, abrupt withdrawal of this drug is not at all suggestible. For example, hypertension and restlessness in opiate abstainer. So, opiate user is used to the effect of opiate drugs, and when the drug is withdrawn, then the patient can go in rebound hypertension or the blood pressure will go high because of absence of the opiate drug in the blood. Seizures in alcohol or benzodiazepines withdrawal. So, benzodiazepines are used as antiepileptic drugs and the body is used to this antiepileptic drug of benzodiazepines. If suddenly patient forgets to take seizure, then there will be a seizure because of the withdrawal reaction of the body. Then first dose hypotension caused by alpha blockers like prazosin or ACE inhibitors. Type F or failure of the therapy. Failure of the therapy occurs if the treatment given is not effective. So, type F category of adverse drug reactions result from ineffective treatment. Previously, this is excluded from analysis according to the WHO definition, but now it is added. So, accelerated hypertension because of inefficient control by antihypertensive, or we can say antimicrobial treatment therapy failure. There is also one important example in this category, that is oral contraceptive pills failure, which can occur because of pharmacokinetic interaction. The drugs which will inhibit the reabsorption of OC pills. So, that drug will lead to the oral contraceptive failure. For example, anti-tubercular drugs. So, to revise, the different categories of adverse drug reactions are type A, type B, type C, type D, type E and F. Type A is also called as augmented effect. It is dose related phenomena. It is related to the pharmacological action of the drug and it's predictable and more common adverse drug reaction. For example, toxic effects from elevated serum level adverse drug reactions such as anticholinergic effects of medication. Type B, bizarre effect. It is not dose related, unpredictable, it is not related to the pharmacological reaction, and these typically comprise of allergic reactions or idiosyncratic reactions such as malignant hyperthermia. Type C or continuous adverse drug reaction is dose related as well as time related ADR related to cumulative dose of drug and chronic effects. For example, HPA or hypothalamo pituitary adrenal axis suppression by corticosteroids. Type D or delayed adverse drug reactions are also time related and become apparent even after stoppage of drug use. For example, teratogenesis or carcinogenesis. Type E or end of dose phenomena is nothing but withdrawal reaction, and it occurs when the medication is stopped after a continuous use of minimum 1 week. For example, opiate withdrawal syndrome or beta blocker withdrawal because of upregulation of the receptors in body. Type F is the failure of the treatment which is unexpected and it may be caused by drug interaction. For example, cytochrome P450 enzyme interaction. There is other examples of failure of the treatment like OC pills, oral contraceptive pills failure because the drugs like antitubercular drugs, phenobarbital or phenytoin, which will inhibit the reabsorption of the contraceptive agents from the intestine. So we'll come to the implications and significance of adverse drug reaction. As a MBBS student, you should understand that adverse drug reactions cause 2 to 3% of consultation in general practice. So we should think about this while we consult a patient, and up to 3% of the admissions to acute care hospital wards are because of adverse drug reactions. Adverse drug reactions are significant cause of morbidity, mortality and healthcare expense. Predisposing factors to adverse drug reactions are age over 60 years or under 1 month, female, and previous history of adverse drug reactions. Overall incidence of adverse drug reactions in hospital in patients is 10 to 20% with possible prolongation of hospital stay in 2 to 10% of the patients in acute medical wards. So we should understand that when patient is in hospital and taking many drugs at a time, then he is more in risk of getting adverse drug reaction. So we should be watchful during the hospital stay of the patient, and adverse drug reactions are a major cause of non-compliance and treatment failure. Adverse drug reactions leading to withdrawal of drugs. Yes, drugs can be withdrawn from the market because of serious adverse drug events which are repeated and which are threatening to the manhood. For example, thalidomide. In 1965, phocomelia is the adverse drug reaction observed after use of thalidomide as antiemetic in pregnant female, which led to the birth defect, which are called as phocomelia, means sealed limbs. So the limbs were not developed in the babies of mothers who had taken thalidomide as antiemetics. There are many examples of such drugs which are withdrawn from market because of similar serious adverse drug events occurred. For example, terfenadine leading to torsades de pointes, that is arrhythmia. Then rofecoxib, selective COX-2 inhibitor, which has led to adverse cardiovascular effects in 2004. So, to summarize, adverse drug reactions cause 2 to 3% of consultations in general practice. Indian medical graduate should know how to manage adverse drug reactions, and adverse drug reactions are predictable 70% of the cases as well as unpredictable in the remaining. Titration of dose